This is raw and unfiltered, from sex, sports to culture, all topics considered. It's a good time with dope conversation. Every time you take a listen, it's a celebration. So tap in, you won't be disappointed. Keep it a buck, anything else is pointless. Facts over fluff, our discussions are poignant. Politically incorrect, well, that's what the point is. We talk our talk like nobody else can. We give our perspective, not afraid to make a stand. Nothing off the record, every take and every rant is unapologetic, and we stand on that. We make you think, we make you laugh out loud. The realest place on the internet, hands down. We give it to you straight, nothing here is watered down. The best show in town, and you can bet the house. Yes, you can bet the house. Yes, you can bet the house. We give it to you straight, nothing here is watered down. The best show in town, and you can bet the house.
Y'all already know what it is, and what it's always going to be. It's your man, Big Smash, host of Bet the House podcast and a whole bunch of other shit that people steal. I want to talk about this stigma that they place on us. That a man, in order for a man to be a leader, in order for a man to be a good man, he cannot show any signs of weakness. He cannot cry. He cannot show emotion. He has to be strong 24/7. It's unfair stigma. The reason why I say it's unfair is because we are living in a world where they teach us that we cannot show emotion, we cannot show fear, we cannot, we have to be a statue, a robot for all of our days. I think it's unfair. I think I've been in this position enough to know, because I was raised like that. I was raised that you couldn't show emotion, that you had to wear your heart, your feelings, and keep them in your back pocket. I was raised like that. And when you sit here and people put so much on you, they tell you that you cry, you weak. You show emotion, you weak. You do this, you weak. You love on your woman, you weak. You do all these things, you are considered weak. You show emotions. And at the end of the day, you just want to fight, kill, and push anybody that's in your way because you built this wall and there's nothing that you can do about it. It's okay to cry. I cried myself to sleep a lot of nights because I feel, I'm going to tell you some of the things I cry for. These are some of the things I cry for. I cry over loved ones that I never see again. When I get to thinking about memories and things like that, and I be wanting to pick up the phone and talk to them, and I can't. I cry over watching the world now, how it was and how different it was when I was a shorty, and watching my kids not be able to have the type of life that I had early on. I pray and cry because I know if something happens to me, it's ball game for them. Because I don't think anybody can teach my kids the world better than me. I cry over ex-friends, people that I wish we didn't fall out. I wish we didn't get into it. I wish we didn't argue about dumb shit. I cry for the world. Because when you look at the world and how it is now, it's very scary. You know, you could be out doing the right thing and get hit by a stray bullet that wasn't even intended for you. You could be doing the right thing and get hit by a car that wasn't even intended for you because this motherfucker was drunk. You can get attacked and beat down by the police for matching the description of a carjacking that you had nothing to do with. I cry for my brothers. I cry for my sisters. I cry for everybody around me. It's scary. I cry because I did so much shit in my life that I wish I could regret. I used to walk around with this big ass chip on my shoulder. Like I ain't gonna never get mad. I ain't gonna never get upset. Ain't nobody ever gonna do nothing wrong to me. Man, I cried. I fucking cried and I fucking didn't know how to handle it, because I kept all that shit bottled in. I kept all my emotions and all my feelings bottled in. I kept everything inside, and that's what killed my spirit. I got tired of keeping my feelings in my back pocket. I got tired of not crying because I felt like it was going to make me look like a bitch in the eyes of the world. But the truth of the matter is, crying don't make you look like a bitch. Doing shit and holding your emotions in is what make you look like a bitch. I'm tired. I'm at this point where if I don't step up and say something, then something is going to go the way it's supposed to go. And I'll never let anybody make me feel like I'm a bitch. I'll never let anybody make me feel like I'm nothing. You know, having that big ball of all that pain, all that pressure, all that subsided energy, having that on your conscience and your mind for so long, you are bound to explode. And then they'll call you a loose cannon because you got all these emotions and you don't know how to handle it. So you lash out in ways that you wish you hadn't lashed out, but the world doesn't see it like that. Call you a loose cannon, call you crazy, call you a bunch of other names that really don't fit the description. So you spend all this time building up all this goodwill, and then one incident at the whim, it's over with. I cry myself to sleep a lot, and I ain't ashamed to say that. I cry because I want to change the world, but I can't even really change myself. I cry because people have this false narrative about me, and it hurts sometimes that you want to prove people wrong, but then at the same time you're like, fuck these people. I cry sometimes for not getting the support that I feel I rightfully deserve. I feel like I'm one of the best. I feel like I'm one of the best at everything that I do. So I be feeling like, damn, why is this not catching on sometimes? Why is people not paying attention? Why is more people not, why are sponsors not knocking down in my door? I cry like that. I cry over things like that. I do. I cry at funerals. I cry when I lose people. They tell you all this shit. You're never supposed to cry on social media. You're never supposed to cry. You ain't a man if you don't cry. You ain't a man if you do cry. That's what they tell us. You gotta be fearful, fearless. You gotta take that ass whooping like a man. And when you get locked up, you better not cry, because that's a sign of weakness. That's probably the one time you shouldn't cry. It's when you getting ready to get locked up. Because then they definitely gonna feel like, oh, we finna break him. He knows something. But if you truly did not do something, by all means, cry. When you lose your lady, when your lady getting ready to walk out the door, I tell people all the time, cry. Never be too prideful to not cry. Cry. I'm tired. I'm tired of this stigma. I'm tired of them attaching that to us. I'm tired of them saying a man is weak if he is caught crying. Motherfucker, I'ma cry every day. Beat my ass. Period. I'ma cry every day. Can't nobody change that. You should cry. The world would be in a better place if a lot more people cried and showed emotion and said what the fuck they said, instead of getting on social media playing tough Tony and acting like they are so high and mighty and so perfect and they don't make mistakes. These dudes out here are frauds. They false prophets and they frauds on top of it. Be hard as shit on the internet, but soft as baby shit in real life. All because they told, man, you gotta be this way. You gotta be this way. The world gonna make you the man if you ain't out here like this. If you don't cry in front of the world, then you are the man. No, you are a goofy. Crying is like taking your soul to the laundromat. Crying is like taking your soul to the laundromat. Crying is like being there when nobody else believed in you and everybody should believe in you. But unfortunately, you have to be yourself. I see a meme going around that says, I can't fall off. I have nobody to call when I need backup. I am the backup. That's true. I am the backup. So if I feel like I'm finna fall off, if I feel like I'm finna fall off a cliff, it's because I am the backup. That's it. So it's okay for me to cry. It's okay for you to cry. It's okay for him to cry. It's okay for her to cry. It's okay for them to cry. Whoever told you it ain't, they fucking lied to you. Let it out. But they say you can't let it out. Let it the fuck out. And dare somebody to tell you not to. Fuck what them people talking about. I am an emotional person. I cry. I get real hurt over the smallest shit. I lost a lot of friends, podcast friends, these last few months, and it still bothers me. I had one person who I really, really looked up to. Well, not looked up to, but I felt like I had a lot of faith in this dude. And I gave him a big smash stamp of approval. Like I really went all out and saluted this dude and put him in a position to where he's at now. And he allowed someone else that I respected and I thought was a good dude to get on his platform and dog me like I wasn't shit. I was hurt. I cried then. Because I'm like, yo, it's two people that I've really, really, truly fuck with out here trying to slander my name or use my name to get some listens and downloads when all they had to do was come to me. Like men. That's what men do. Yeah, that shit fucked with me. It's still fucking with me. I had a epiphany about a lot of things, and I cry about it all the time. It don't make me less of a man. I'm still that man, regardless if I cry or not. I get hurt, so I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna speak my mind. I'm gonna be emotional. I didn't come up around knowing what love was. I didn't. My daddy didn't know shit about what it was like to be loved or, get told by his parents a lot that he was loved and things like that. Hearing my daddy's stories really just really, really fucked me up in the head because I never want to be that parent. My daddy didn't tell us he loved us all the time. I mean, we knew it. Sometimes it just felt good to hear it. Man, it would have felt good to hear it. Being alone and cold in this world, having a father who really didn't know how to let his emotions out like that, it would have been nice to hear, I love you more than what I did. That's why I try to tell my kids more. For a longer time, I would never really express love to my kids. I would show them with my actions, but I never really expressed the words, I love you to them. Now I'm more open with that shit because I love my children more than anything walking this earth. And I get scared because I don't want them to grow up and feel like their dad didn't tell us he loved us as much as he should have, because I felt that feeling for so long, and I cried at 14, 15, 16, 12, 11 years old. I was crying off this shit because I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to fit in. I just crying takes some of the pain. It alleviates some of the pain. It doesn't solve everything, but it alleviates some of the pain, and it brings the swelling down in some cases. I say all this to say it is okay to cry. It is okay to show emotion. It is okay to feel in touch with your vulnerable side. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you have went through. Everybody has a moment that should have broke them, but they kept fucking moving. Y'all know what it is with me. It's going to continue to be that with me, and nobody's going to change that with me. I'm Big Smash. I'm at the house. I'm out.